Hello students, how are you all? I hope all of you are doing well. I am Sasmita Das, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry, Bengal School of Technology. So already we have discussed the different part of or different kind of reactions of alkenes like electrophilic addition reaction, the types of substitution reaction, and also the different kinds of reaction of alkenes. But today we'll discuss another portions of alkenes regarding the mechanism of elimination reaction. So what is, first of all we should know what is an elimination reaction. Elimination reaction means there will be removal of any groups will be there. So elimination reaction or its mechanism, it is just the reverse of addition reaction. In this reaction, 2 or 4 atoms or groups are attached to the adjacent carbon atoms in the substrate molecule are eliminated to form a multiple bond. We can take here the example of dehydrohalogenation of alkyl halides with alcoholic alkalis. That means what? Suppose we can take the example of, here one example it is given, that is alkyl halide RCH2CH2X. X means it represents the presence of a halogen atom. So R, it is an alkyl halide RCH2CH2X. So in presence of a base OH minus, here it is a base here. So in presence of a base there will be removal of a hydrogen atom will be there from a carbon atom to form a multiple bond. So they see here, after the reaction, the single bond or the saturated bond between carbon atom, it becomes or it gets unsaturated with the removal of a proton or hydrogen atom from the, that is the carbon atom, one carbon atom. So the resulting product will be RCH double bond CH2 plus that hydrogen what it is removed from the carbon atom, it will be connected with OH minus. So it is ultimately forming water molecule, and the halogen part it will be removed in the form of a ion, that is halide ion. So here this is the mechanism of this elimination reaction. Okay, so the elimination reaction, it can be grouped into two categories or it can be classified into two types of elimination reaction. First one is E2 reactions. E2 reactions, it represents the bimolecular elimination reaction, and another one is E1 reaction, it represents the unimolecular elimination reaction. So first we'll discuss about the E2 reaction. E2 reaction generally it stands for bimolecular elimination reaction. That means what? When the rate of an elimination reaction, it depends upon the concentration of both the substrate and nucleophile, the reaction is of second order and represented as E2 reaction. Just like our nucleophilic substitution reaction, here also this E2 reaction, it is called as bimolecular elimination reaction. The name is justified by the logic that when the rate of an elimination reaction or the rate of reaction, it depends upon the concentration of both the substrate molecule and the nucleophile as well. So due to this, the reaction it will be of second order, which is represented as E2 reaction. So here the mechanism of this elimination reaction, it involves, that is two part will be there in this reaction. First is the removal of a proton from beta carbon atom and the expulsion of the halide ion from the alpha carbon atom, which occurs simultaneously in a single step reaction. So what do you mean by this one? It is a single step reaction, but here two, that is the removal will be there. So see here what it is given. which one is the alpha carbon atom? Then first of all we should know what is the alpha carbon atom and which one is the beta carbon atom. So alpha carbon atom means the carbon atom adjacent to the halogen atom is the alpha carbon atom, and the carbon atom next to alpha carbon atom is the beta carbon atom. So what is the mechanism of E2 reaction? In this reaction, also in presence of a base, there will be removal of a proton from beta carbon atom. See here, in beta carbon atom CH2, here in the upper part one hydrogen is there. That hydrogen of it that belongs to your beta carbon atom. So there will be removal of this proton or hydrogen atom from beta carbon atom by a base, and simultaneously there will be expulsion of the halogen atom near to alpha carbon atom. So as both the groups are getting removed simultaneously, so we are getting the product in the form of RCH double bond CH2 plus this hydrogen or proton will be taken by the base, so it forms a water molecule H2O plus this halogen atom, again it will be removed in the form of an ion, halide ion. So here just see two kinds of reaction, they are occurring simultaneously in a single step. First there will be removal of a proton from the beta carbon atom, and simultaneously, or which is corresponding to, or it is the halide atom or the halogen atom, it will be removed from the alpha carbon atom. So simultaneously both the reactions they are going on in a single step. Next we will discuss about the E1 reaction. So E1 reaction, it stands for unimolecular elimination reaction. Unimolecular elimination reaction means what? When the rate of an elimination reaction, it depends upon the concentration of the substrate only. The reaction is of first order and represented as E1 reaction. So unimolecular elimination means when the rate of an elimination reaction, it depends upon the concentration of only the substrate molecule. Here no nucleophile is coming. Here the rate of the reaction, it depends upon the concentration of substrate. So the reaction becomes first order, which is represented as E1 reaction. So we can take here the example of ionization of alkyl halide by a two-step reaction. So how that is the ionization occurs by elimination reaction. So first we will discuss in step 1 what happens. The alkyl halide, it ionizes to give the carbonium ion, which is the rate determining step. The carbonium ion, it is a planar structure because the central carbon atom is positively charged, and this carbon basically it is sp2 hybridized. So here we can take the example of an alkyl halide tertiary butyl bromide, because here to the middle carbon atom or the substrate carbon atom, 3 alkyl groups are attached, 3 methyl groups are attached, and along with one halogen group, bromide that is. So here the name of this compound will be, structure will be tertiary butyl bromide. So tertiary butyl bromide, when it undergoes ionization, so here there will be the bromine atom will be getting separated here. So the centrally placed carbon atom, it becomes positively charged. So all of we know that if the structure of the centrally placed carbon atom becomes positively charged, it is forming a carbonium ion. Carbonium ion along with a bromide ion. So here, as here all the 3 alkyl groups, they are arranged in such a manner that the structure will be a planar structure, and here the centrally placed carbon atom, it becomes sp2 hybridized, and it carrying a positive charge, forming a carbonium ion. Then we will go to the next step, that is step 2. So here what happens, the next step of after forming the carbonium ion, see here the proton is abstracted by the base from the adjacent beta carbon atom to give alkene. So here see here this carbonium ion or centrally positive charged carrying carbonium ion, when it reacts with a base, So the proton from beta carbon atom, again it will be abstracted or it will be taken away by the base. So it forming finally the carbonium ion, it forms an alkene, that is 2-methyl propene along with a water molecule. So generally the SN1 mechanism, it involves two steps. In the first step there will be, see here, in the first step there will be formation of the carbonium ion with the removal of the halogen atom, and subsequently in the second step, that is in the second step, the proton is being abstracted by the base from the adjacent beta carbon atom to give the alkene. So carbonium ion, it becomes 2-methyl propene. So this is the mechanism of your elimination reaction, E1 reaction and E2 reaction. So if there will be another case will be there, suppose if more than one alkene is obtained by the dehydrohalogenation of alkyl halide, then according to Sedgwick rule, already we have discussed about the Sedgwick rule. So Sedgwick rule, the main product is the most highly substituted alkene. So dehydrohalogenation means what? Removal of hydrogen as well as halogen group. Okay. So according to Sedgwick rule, see for example when 2-bromobutane, it is an alkane, 2-bromobutane, when it is heated with alcoholic KOH, potassium hydroxide, two alkenes are getting formed. What are those two alkene? One is 1-butene, another is 2-butene. So among them the main product is 2-butene, that is the disubstituted alkene, rather than 1-butene, that is the monosubstituted alkene. So here you just see this reaction. Here how many carbons are there? 4 carbons are there, and in the second position one bromine group is there. So the name of this compound is 2-bromobutane. Here the hydrogen will be written like this. So 2-bromobutane. When it is attacked by a base or when it is interacting by a base, so here the proton of the, that is the substrate molecule, that is 2-bromobutane, it will be taken away by, it will be abstracted by the base. So here two OH groups are there. So first of all, in the first step, that is formation of 1-butene, see the hydrogen from the terminal carbon atom, it is getting abstracted by the base OH minus. So it is forming CH2 double bond. Again the bromine will be removed out. So CH2 double bond CH, then CH2 CH3. So it is forming 1-butene. But in the second case, if we take if the base it abstract the hydrogen atom from a carbon atom, that is the third carbon atom from the left side or second carbon atom from the right side here. So if it takes the what hydrogen atom, the base will takes. So it is forming CH3 CH double bond CH in CH3. So it is forming 2-butene. So as here two products are getting formed, so we have to identify which one is the major product and which one is the minor product. So see here, according to Sedgwick rule, what he has told, he told if more than one alkene is obtained by the dehydrohalogenation of alkyl halide, according to Sedgwick rule, the main product is the most highly substituted alkene. So here just see, here 1-butene and 2-butenes are formed, but here the 2-butene it will be the major product because here the hydrogen it is more substituted as compared to 1-butene. So here 1-butene is the minor product, about 20% it is getting formed, but 2-butene is the major product, which is the formation is about 80%. So this is all about our today's class, that is mechanism of elimination reaction. So already as we have discussed about the addition reaction, substitution reaction, so I think this part also will be easier for you. So if after this also if you get any doubt, then you can share me through mail. You go through the slides and then after that if you get any doubts you can share it through mail. Okay, thank you.